before it even start. The knowledge to build and grow where they live and take care of the kids.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Carson Wentz as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Seahawks and the Ravens, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 23.
Some might say it's cold, others flagrant. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
On the move past the 40. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A huge play there right off the bat. 66 yards. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Here's Walker. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Second down and goal. Wentz. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Wentz now on third and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try to spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
We always talk about, we always look for guys with fresh legs down the stretch of a long NFL season. Well, Week 16, he's AFC Player of the Week, and looks like he's going to be strong for Week 17 as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. now Jackson will look to throw it. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Ravens had 10 and 5 to start play. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 46 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that if they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Touchdown! Nick Boyle, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, it's Walker. Gets around him. Walker hit and the ball is out. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. Throwing now is Wentz. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Third and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Wentz. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. His 4th rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Seahawks have regained the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. He threw touchdown pass number 30 on the year last time he had the ball. We'll look to build on things here, 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Jackson on first down. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On third down, here's Dobbins. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they're going to speed things up here. Completes it to Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, their next drive, that could make this a full-possession game.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Dobbins trying the left side. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 44. 135 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. In motion, the tight end. Here's a give to Dobbins. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They find some open field here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Jackson now off the bootleg. He's got his man. It's Andrews. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now a handoff for Dobbins. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He's going to have the first down and more than that. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth-quarter advantage.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Wentz now on 1st down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up and were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
Tucker with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Wentz's throw taken in by Bourne. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. Now Wentz again. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Wentz. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lost one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Wentz now to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins taken down at the 30. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of a yard.
on 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
He's got it. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Ravens extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wentz to throw. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. To throw is Wentz. And now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 2nd and 10, Wentz completes it to Fant on the right side. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now Wentz. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Hardy set to return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again. Goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, just because they can.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends.